Are you tired of being exit liquidity? Let me tell you about SMTs. I'm going to show you how to trade them and how you can make a trade like this yourself using them. So, let's show you what an SMT is. So an SMT, just drawing it, is a correlation between two assets where one of them is going to basically lie to you. They're both supposed to go at the same direction, however at some point they disconnect and then you get the SMT. Here we have the SMT for NASDAQ. I just drew it and it's showing you a higher high while ES is making a lower high. This is the SMT, and normally when you want to spot an SMT and if you want to enter an SMT, you want some kind of high time frame PD array. So whether that's a fair value gap or some kind of liquidity grab, anything along those lines, that's a really good spot for where you want to take a trade. And normally sometimes they don't even, the other correlating asset will usually kind of just not go into the high time frame PD array just like NASDAQ does here, or they'll kind of just like cut it short. They won't go fully in there. They might dig into it a little deep, but not all the way. This tool itself can be used in many ways. However, I've seen people use it with just itself and they usually get the SMT wrong. They're like, well, why can't this SMT work? That's because the high time frame has to align with the SMT. The SMT cannot be formed in a 1 minute and you haven't done anything besides move like maybe 5 candles up and down. You have to have some kind of macro time or a sweep of any kind, and that high time frame is very important in making sure these SMTs are truthful because there are false swings on these SMTs. Alright, for SMTs, NASDAQ is making a higher high while ES is making a lower high. This right here is the SMT, meaning it is a bearish one since NASDAQ is showing it's still bullish while ES is showing it's losing its weakness. So smart money is selling out of NASDAQ and shorting down on ES. So this right here, you also have this liquidity sweep and this creates a giant reversal. SMTs usually are a nice confirmation signal, as in whenever there's liquidity swept, you do want to kind of see if there's an SMT forming because that's where the money is on these. Where when you see an SMT with a fair value gap or a breaker of some kind, that's where you know it's a really good trade and you can get in. So yes, NASDAQ is stronger. However, this SMT is powerful because ES got the sweep right here from December 5th. And NASDAQ has already been claiming its sweep. December 6th all the way down to December, let's say 9th, because that's when it turned it into a turtle soup at that point. So on the daily, we can look at it and you can kind of see how this has just become a bigger SMT. The best SMTs I would say are between the hourlies, honestly, because these have much more power compared to like something on like a 1 minute. So let's reset the chart, right? For bullish SMTs, it's just the opposite. So now you're going to be looking for higher lows being formed while someone's making lower lows. So right here, ES is making a lower low, while NASDAQ is making a higher low. This creates the SMT of bullishness. However, this is on a 5 minute. I don't really trust these SMTs because one thing you want to know is you want liquidity to be swept. If liquidity or anything on like a high time frame is not found, I would not confirm it is a full-on truthful SMT to you. It might show characteristics of an SMT where it's going to go up, but then at some point you're going to get another SMT and it's not going to be a good trade is what I'm going to say. For a good SMT, you want something like a higher time frame, you want liquidity to be gone, you want some kind of target zone that you know the SMT is kind of taking you to. So like right here we have this fair value gap. The SMT is taking us into that. And now it's taking us even lower, most likely, into this. So you gotta start thinking about that. Here we have a bullish SMT. Bullish SMTs consist of the other asset making a lower low. So over here we have ES making a lower low, while Nasdaq is making a higher low. This consists of making a bullish order flow. And right here, we also have to look at the 4-hour of where we are at with this SMT. This SMT is right at consequent encroachment, right under it and above it. And right here, we have another consequent encroachment, and that is right on the line. Bodies are respected. And I believe we also have this fair value gap to also be bullish about. So more confluence, and that's what you want with these SMTs, because if you have an SMT without no confluence, it is nothing but just a PD array with no sustenance. You want something with confluence. That's what gives you really good trades. The best trades I've ever took, they always have at least 3 confluences, and I can guarantee you, if you start doing the same thing, even if it's 2 or 3, it will up your trading dramatically. Once again, let me give you another SMT. This right here is Nasdaq making a higher high, and ES is making a lower one. The only difference I want you to see is it's the same time. It's 9:30 a.m. That is New York open, and this is when SMTs do begin to form as well. You also do want to look at times that SMTs form, such as London opens. Anytime, any kill zone you can think of, that's when like a prime time of SMTs can form. So you also should note that in your trading. And this is just me showing you how 9:30 open is just creating these SMTs that you can now look out for. So let me bring you to the last example. We got bullish order flow right here off Nasdaq and ES because we saw an SMT right here. SMT formed also right at New York open, and ES was showing higher lows while Nasdaq made a lower low, swept this liquidity right here. There's a fair value gap on the side over there, and right here is consequent encroachment. Bodies are respected, and inversion fair value gap there. Enter off that, and there you go. That's how you get it. You just got to start looking at these charts and seeing how these indices are supposed to be correlated, but sometimes they break apart, and you can use that to your advantage on which direction they're actually going to start going. So while I was editing the video, my target of this 477 hit, and that was because this SMT right here held on with this SMT all the way down to 4:40 a.m. And right here you also had a nice, very nice entry right here off this fair value gap, and so did the ES right here. You see the bodies were respected and went up higher. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe. Got more videos coming. Just let me know what you guys want, and I'll see you guys in the next one.